Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever. Afternoon, morning. I really haven't been doing many videos this last week. I realize that, and I'm going to rectify that by doing this one. Anyway, uh, came to me. I haven't done any marbles yet, and that's one thing that I have been doing is losing my marbles. No, uh, thought I'd give it a try and do you a quick demo. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good one. Well, after that intro, can't go wrong too much. One thing that helps to do marbles is a good marble mold. I have this one that I got a long time ago. Couldn't even tell you where I got it from. Um, and it has a multi-mold deal. And doing marbles, you only need the half because as you spin it inside the round, it makes it rounder for you. So, if you're doing something like that, as you spin it around inside, it's going to make it round. And then there will be ridges and peaks or peaks and valleys on this, but that's where fire polishing it in the flame smooths out all that so you have a nice round marble and not just a marble. Well, enough said. I'm going to go on and do one, of course, because I said I was going to do one. And going to make it a mushroom marble because I have been on that kick doing mushrooms. I'm sorry, but hey, when you're on a roll, you keep with it. Um, just the way it works, and it's simple, and I can work a marble mold into the glass or marble into the marble mold very easily. Um, if you've seen my marble pendants, same idea, using gun mounts, basically. That's what this stuff, the white stuff that I'm using is. There we go. It's going to be a small one. It's not going to be big, but that's the thing about marbles. It can look small right now, but once it's inside that glass, it looks a whole lot bigger. It's just the way marbles are. It just they make them big. I mean, the the actual outside of the glass magnifies the marble, and it looks bigger. A couple of small dots on the let them round in. Point it up a little bit, not much. It'll all round down anyway. Now, putting a lot of clear over it. Believe it or not, that's what you need a lot of to make it big, round marble. And as you've seen me do the bloom shrooms before, this is basically the same thing at this point. And if you haven't seen me do a bloom shroom, this is basically how you do it. I'm going to do it a little different also in that I'm going to put a nice base on it. So far, you're with me. And there we go, a nice round bloomed shroom. Okay. cutters. Wire cutters. Where are the wire cutters when you need the wire cutters? They're not around. They don't want to be. They jump away. They don't like me no more. Sorry. Ranting on. That's part of the plan, right? As you get older. Well, no cutters. Use some scissors. Basically pinching it where I want to break it off. And then tapping it off. Put that and use that again some other time. A weld to the top. Now we're going to work on the base on the bottom. What color should I use? Yeah, nice red exotic base. There's another method to that madness too. You only need a little spot, don't need a lot, because as it rounds on the bottom, it'll flatten in and look nice. Okay, flattened in. Actually, I flattened it in myself. There we go. Saying, hey, it's not a round marble yet. You're right, it's not a round marble yet. I'm going to add some more glass. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Adding more. Okay, this is something special. I'll explain it later in the closing video. If it works. Wrong one. Let's put that on there a little stronger. There we go. That's a little big. I'll get a little more off of it. There we go. Now, let's add some glass around this. A long little while ago, I did a milli with my initials in it. L, B, B, L. My full name is Lucian Van Buren Libby. So, I did a milli with LVBL in it. And that's what I just put in the bottom of that little base, as it were. And just put some clear over it so that you can see my initials. Basically, it will become a signed piece of artwork. Right? Right. It's one way to put your initials in it. There are other ways like scribing it in, sketching it in, and they've got tungsten pens that I think they're tungsten, whatever, that basically you can sign it and it leaves the metal on it, but it doesn't really affect the structure of the glass, which is pretty cool. Haven't gotten one of those yet, but hey, we'll get there in the long run, right? Right? Well, anyway. Now, this is where the marble mold comes in. Usually. Okay, it's going to be about this size one there. I'm not going to do it very big. And as you can see, the little red base that I did turned out to be just as almost big as the top of the marble. So what I might end up doing is adding some more clear. Actually, no, this will be the right size for it. Again, you spin it inside the mold. And as you spin it, it becomes more round. And this one I had the idea of what I was going to do with it And there's sometimes you throw it in a piece of, or you've got the glass together and it's almost round anyway. But sometimes it's not so round, but you still want to try to make it into the round mold. And you can do it if it's molten enough and just start spinning. And as you spin it, it becomes round. I like making marbles. They're so much fun. So much you can put into a nice round packed space. Can't complain about it, I guess. Good, but why? And you see, spinning it. And you probably can't see that right now, but there's light ripples inside the. Now, I also do, you've got your XY axis top to bottom that, most people like to do, but me, if I really want to play with a marble and make sure it's a little bit more on the round, I'll also go side to side and do it again. Round it. I'll actually hit and round this side and then heat and round this side and then heat and round the other side. And that way, the marble is a lot more round. And as you heat it, you will see it has a swirl of, as you spin it inside and it's molten enough, it'll start making a spin ridge, like I said, ridges and valleys. But as you do that, you fire polish it back in and it gets rid of the ridges and valleys. Again, I will cold weld here, take it off there, and heat and fire polish this side and spin. And with that, I think I'll call it quits. The bigger ones, I even go work to the extent of where I spin it that way, top to bottom, like you normally do. And then I'll heat and spin it again side to side. And if I'm still not sort of satisfied, I'll do it top to bottom one more time. Okay. This helps you looking it over. Also, look at your light source. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, you can. That one little spot, one bright spot. You look at your light source and spin it around on the lights and look at that light source. And if you see it ripple as you spin it, then you know you got to fire polish a little more. But if you spin it and it's a nice smooth round surface, then you know you got basically a nice round marble. Usually right where you break it off, there's a little divot, and what you do is you fire polish it off like I'm doing right now. Dropping it in the kiln as soon as possible is a good idea. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll show you what it looks like very shortly. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. Yeah. One thing about marbles is they're round, and they tend to roll away. Okay. There's my initials in the bottom, like I mentioned. And one round marble. Hope you enjoyed it.